for watching. I'm here again. Y'all supposed to know what's going on right now. Things are getting deeper. The plot is getting thicker. All we got to do is understand that we need to get more conscious about what's happening. All right? Consciousness is the raising of your intelligence, the raising of your melanin. All right? Raising your consciousness is the most important thing that we all need to do right now. We need to stand up. We need to put our hands up, and we need to say, look, it's time to take back control of everything that was actually taken from us. That's history, that's gold, that's resources, that's land, that's everything. You got to understand, blackness is greatness, and from blackness, everything has come. Now, we can do certain things and put it together, and we can understand how we become great and how we were great from the beginning. First exercise that I would like to do is I would have you guys take a black crayon and a white crayon. Now, these are two colors that are in the spectrum indefinitely. Now, over on one side of the board, we're going to mark up the black crayon over here on one side in a big blotch. On the second side, we're going to put the white crayon and we're going to blotch that over here on blackboard, right? We can see these colors, okay? Now, after we do that, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to run down the line and we're going to go through the colors in the spectrum and see what will happen to each of these colors, okay? See how each color will manipulate each of these blotches. Now, in the black blotch, we're going to start with the color yellow. All right, and we'll put it in and we'll start to color that blotch. The yellow absorbs into this black. The blackness takes this yellow. Now we're going to take the same yellow and we're going to rub it in the white blotch. Now the yellow, it becomes visible now, okay, with a little touch of white. Now extincting, or we're not going to use that word, or we're putting that white color in extinction right away, because that yellow color actually overwrites this white blotch that we have here. Now we're going to move on to the color orange, okay, and going on, well, actually red. So we'll go on to red, okay, and we'll take that red and we'll rub it into the blotches of that black blotch, okay, or that black marker that was blotched on the board. Now that red also will absorb in this black. Now we're going to take the red crayon again. Now we're going to go over here to where the white blotch was blotched on this blackboard or this green board, so that we can see the white color. Now we already put the yellow in this white blotch. Now that it becomes yellow with a little touch of a lighter yellow. Now we're going to put and add this color red inside of this with the white and the yellow. So when you do this, now you find that the yellow is now slowly changing when you put the red in it, and it's becoming an orange color. Okay, so we're now fading from the white that we originally blotched that spot with now coming to an orange color, while we had blotched the yellow and also the red in the black spot, and that black has not changed. Work with me. Now moving on to the next color. The next color would be orange. Now we're going to take this orange and we're going to blotch it in the black spot. Again, we have here where the black spot does not change. It absorbs this orange, this yellow, and the red. Understand with me now. Do you see how blackness is great? Do I need to continue? Well, let's continue. We're taking this orange and we're going to put it on this red and this yellow that has already been marked over this white blotch spot. Now we put the orange in there. It just indentates, or it gives the orange an indentation of a more deeper orange now. Okay, now the white is completely missing. Understand where I'm going? We're going to the next color of the spectrum. What would that be? I don't know if it's from orange, then we go to violet. Okay, we can do violet, or we can do green, we can do brown. Let's just do all of this, all right? So we go all of them, and we just say we did all of them and we mark them, because I'm sure if you took this piece of paper right now, take a white piece of paper right now, take out your crayons or your color pencils or your markers. I want everybody to do this, because if you do this, you will see the greatness of blackness. And this is the understanding nature of this history of our whole population of black people. Black is great. Y'all need to understand this. Now look, we're going to take the colors of the spectrum. You mark it on those papers. Remember, that's the black over here, and you got the white over here. So we're taking that. Now we reach the level where we got the violet. Now we're going to take the green, and we take all of the colors, and we try to do that and put it over here at the black. What's going to happen? Nothing. The black is going to be absorbed by these colors. The black is going to take all of these colors right here and be even deeper black. It absorbs everything. Okay? In order to get black to change, you have to add white and more white or lighter colors. And even if you add lighter colors, it would have to be white only that could be added to black in order for it to become gray, and a lighter gray, and a lighter gray, until you finally still, but it still is going to be a stained white, never original. And where did it come from? Black. Now when you mark all of these colors of the spectrum in that blotch of white, what will happen by the time that you reach the darkest color of these, the color of the spectrum, what will happen? Eventually, as you can see the experiments taking place, is that is eventually going to turn black. Now understand what I'm saying to people. We have to know that we can't allow people to be pulling the wool over our eyes with these teachings that they've taught us in schools, with the laws that they're using, these governing men. Remember, I had a case about that government. Okay, these men are governing adult men. Adult men can think for themselves. The black man can think for himself. The white man can think for himself. But governing men over these bodies of men that's below, what's the sense of these governing men if men can think for themselves? I don't need you. Okay? The reason why we have appointed law enforcement is because of fear. And I had a video about fear. This one ain't about fear. It's about just blackness and being strong about who you are, because there is no fear. Okay? This video is about being black and beautiful and bold about what you need to say and what you need to do. All right? This one is about you being able to not suppress what you need to say. If you have something to say it, say it. What's the least that someone can do for you saying something? Huh? Come on. Don't close your mouth. Open it up. Don't close your mind. Open your mind up. Open your heart up. You have people that are disputing, people who have facts, who have researched things and done endless knowledge on these things. And you have people who are disputing this because of what they have been taught by another race. How could you continue to keep a teaching of another race that has clearly been a deception? I pointed that out in one of my videos called BIBLE, or Basic Instruction Before Leaving Earth, aka Bible. And I pointed out there that there's a lot of confusion at the beginning. So how could a person read the end? And I always get back to that. And that's not the only book that does this. All of the religious books have a way of deceiving and personifying nature with men. Some of us don't even understand what really happens at December 21st to the 25th. Okay? And this is where the sun dies for 3 days. Now, do we know that? Everybody will probably laugh and say, this guy's tripping. He's preposterous. Okay? Well, there's astrological theories that supports all of this, and we know this from history books. Not only from history books, we also know this from observatory reality and what happens every year in different parts of the world. Reports from different people who have experienced this. The sun stops rising for 3 days. The sun stops going up on the coil that it should go up to or down, because when it's at the lowest point, that is December 21st. So the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th is the 3 days, and then it starts to rise again on the 25th. Do your history, do your math. So the sun dying for 3 days, certain countries were not seeing sunlight in their parts of the world because of where the sun is. Okay? Do your math, do your history. So these are the little indoctrinations that we get that cause us to be praising man when a man doesn't need to be praised. Why we have to go through somebody in order to get to our Father? If you my Father, I don't need to talk to my brother to get to my Father, or my uncle to get to my Father. I need to talk to my dad. Straight up. Me and you need to have a conversation. So why do I need all these men, put up in these different places with a whole bunch of people who follow, or sheeple who follow this, just to hear these men preach to us about certain things that we can go and read and find out for ourselves. And that's what they don't want. That's why they did it that way. They did it in a way where whoever is supposed to teach these indoctrinations and these literatures was supposed to be one person teaching and everybody listening. They don't want you to go home and say, hey, yo, go read this for yourself. They used to beat us for reading. They used to kill us for reading. They used to hang us for reading. So reading was the weapon. And they knew that. Okay. So now, what we're going to do? You're going to sit there and still not read? They put the books out there. They got libraries. Go to it. Take up a book. In my days when I used to go to the library, I sit in there for hours. It's encyclopedias, it's different novels, and it's different thrilling stories that I know. Certain authors that I was interested in back in those times. I did my little knowledge, and I have my little stint with the library. It's a public place. Everybody can walk in, and they know this. But guess who walks in? Only students. That's what it is. Not a regular man not walking into the library nowadays. Because what? They know. Nobody not reading. You find the world out there in public in the masses doing everything they got to do. But they won't take 5 minutes and say, I'm going to slip into the library and read a quick 2 pages or 3 pages of a book. Or some current events. No, they'd rather hear it from someone else. Well, okay, now you're hearing it from me. You're hearing it from me and other people that's putting out stuff like this. So you're still ignoring what's going on. You're still ignoring us, all the truthers, all the people that's coming out with these videos and these songs that talk about truth. You're still ignoring us and giving the preference to people who have led us into our slaughter for centuries. With deception and lies and literature that makes no sense, that tie you up, that lead people to question it and ask what's going on. So you got to liberate yourself by raising your consciousness about stuff like this. There's always a question named why. Where was this pastor that always tell you can't ask God why? You crazy? What do you mean? God is supposed to be my son, my dad. I'm supposed to be the son directly from God. Okay? I'm supposed to be God's son. Let's do it. Psalms 82:6. Ye are God's children of the Most High. Go to it. I always quote it. So if we're children of the Most High, whoever that may be, which we believe and know that it's energy, okay, and the higher force and power of natural energy within us, that's what dwells in us. That spirit is that energy. That's where what's connected to God. This body's connected to this world right here. And it's going to die and be in this world. So our spirit is connected to that energy. That's what we need to realize. So if you realize that, then it's going to make you live your life a little more fearless. Not to say you're going to go out and jump off a cliff or jump a bridge or drive fast and get yourself killed. But you live your life with a more fearless factor in your life, because you realize that this body is just a vehicle. I already said it. You're just passing through for a while, and it'll go drop right back to the earth. Where do they put you when you die? Back into the earth. That's right, because that's where this body is going to be. It's all right. Let's put it like this. Just like how you drop seeds into the ground and they grow back again, it is the same thing. Life does not end. You're going to put this body back into the ground, and then there will be seeds that is going to be growing. because of you're a part of the vegetation of this earth. You belong to the earth. You're going back to the earth, this physical form, but the mental form is going somewhere else so that it can dwell, because it's not just dwelling like around. It's around, and there's a lot of things dwelling around as far as that mental realm. But then if you are a free and a prepared, because pairing ourselves with the Most High, that's what we're trying to do with this knowledge and raising your consciousness, to prepare you. Because if we prepare you with knowledge of the Most High and that Most High energy, then what's going to happen is that you will come back, possibly if your job is not done, so that you can do this job, because you have to prepare yourself with the consciousness. Raise that consciousness and be prepared to be able to understand that realm that you're going to go to after this physical life. Black people need to wake up. We need to see that things are getting, more and more open. More information is out there. So there's no reason that a person, if you're not going to read and you have people who are doing it and doing the research for you, and these are people who are not the mainstream science or the mainstream media, take a listen. See what's going on. What is he talking about? Don't render the man crazy because he doesn't think like the masses. Maybe the masses is crazy. Think about that. Why is it so easy for the masses to move with the masses, but it's so hard for a person to look and step out of the masses and be like, hold up, y'all look crazy. So this is where we got a misconception. We're taught wrong. We're taught backwards, and we're taught in reverse. If you even check the levels, everything is done backwards. Like, it's all backwards now. And now they're trying to connect people up to this artificial intelligence system in which all our thoughts are going to be channeled and connected to one brain of some artificial computer that they can look at and see what we're thinking, coerce our thoughts. Like, come on, this is sinister. I'm not getting ready to let that happen. I'm pretty sure I got a whole bunch of people out here that's not going to let that happen. And we're going to try to liberate that, because those type of things people need to hear. The real truth about the numbers about coronavirus. A lot of people are being censored. We got to hide and put up different titles for our videos. It's crazy. You know what I mean? They censor you on Facebook, YouTube. I'm pretty sure if you go on certain different social networks that these people own, they're going to censor you there, because they don't want you to talk against the coronavirus. They don't want you to talk against certain little pedophilia case files that's going on right now in the system. They don't want you to talk about these billionaires that's making these obvious statements. These people getting caught up. They don't want to say these things right here. All they're pushing is the narrative, the mainstream narrative. And then we have people who are selling out, top government officials and prime ministers who are selling out to the whole idea. This whole idea of New World Order. Remember, people were governing themselves without people who were put over people. No one wants to be ruled like that. No one wants to be put over people in a tyrannical way, forced to do things that they don't want to do. It doesn't matter. We got a strong immune system. We can come out. We can do what we need to do, because there's nothing that holds humanity down except for humanity itself. No virus, no pandemic, no gunshot, no bomb. Only thing that holds down humanity is mental slavery. And how you get out of mental slavery is to raise your consciousness. With that being said, I'm going to tell y'all peace. This is a quick one so that we could try to get the consciousness continually raised. And I'm trying to put the videos out here on the regular. So, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, knowledge reigns supreme. And thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Share this. Let's get the knowledge out there. Let's get some more voices of people who really know stuff. People who've been to my high school, people who've been to my elementary school. Come on, I know y'all out there. I know y'all think like I think. We was on the same school, we was on the same block, doing the same thing. We got the same wavelength running. And I know, sure, if even we didn't go to school together, we got people that's on mad parts in different parts of the world that have a voice. So let's hear it. Peace.